Where the devil should this Romeo be? Came he not home tonight?
Not to his father's. I spoke with his man.
Oh, that same pale, hard-hearted wench, that Rosaline, torments him so that he will sure run mad.
Tybalt, the kinsman of old Capulet, hath sent a letter to his father's house.
A challenge on my life?
Romeo will answer it.
Any man that can write may answer a letter.
Nay, he will answer the letter's master, how he dares, being dared.
Oh, alas, poor Romeo, he is already dead. Stabbed with the white wench's black eye, shot through the ear with the love song, the very pin of his heart cleft by the blind boy's butt shaft. And is he a man to encounter Tybalt?
Why, what is Tybalt?
More than Prince of Cats, I can tell you that. Oh, he is the courageous Capitan of compliments. He fights, as you sing prick song, keeps time, distance, and proportion. Rest me his minim rest. 1, 2, and a third in your bosom. Ah, the very butcher of a silk button. Ah, a duelist, a gentleman of the first house, of the first and the second cause. Ah, the immortal passado, the punto reverso, the high.
The what?
The pox of such antic, lisping, affecting fantasticos, these new tuners of accent. By Jesu, a very good blade, a very tall man, a very good whore. Why is this not a lamentable thing, grandsire, that we should be thus afflicted with these strange flies, these fashion mongers, these pardonnemies, who stand so on the new farm that they cannot sit at ease on the old bench? Oh, their bones, their bones.
Here comes Romeo, here comes Romeo.
Oh, without his roe, like a dried herring. Oh, bless, how art thou fishified. Oh. Now let's see for the numbers that Petrarch flowed in. Laura to his lady was a kitchen wench. Dido, a dowdy. Cleopatra, a gypsy. Helen and Hero, Hildings and harlots. Signor Romeo, bonjour. There's a French salutation to your French slop. You gave us the counterfeit fairly last night.
Tomorrow to you both. Well, hey, what counterfeit did I give you?
The slip, sir, the slip. Can you not conceive?
Pardon, gentle Mercutio, but my business was great, and in such a case as mine, a man may strain courtesy.
That's as much to say such a case as yours constrains a man to bow in the hams.
Meaning to curtsy.
Thou hast most kindly hit it.
A most courteous exposition.
Nay, I am the very pink of courtesy.
Pink for flower.
Right.
Why then is my pump well flowered?
Oh, come between us, good Benvolio, my wits faint. Nay, if thy wits run the wild goose chase, I have done. For thou hast more of the wild goose in one of thy wits than, I am sure, I have in my whole 5. Well, was I not there with you for the goose?
Thou wast not with me for anything when thou wast not there for the goose.
Oh, I will bite thy ear for that jest. Ow, ow, ow.
Ah, nay, good goose, bite not.
Why is not this better now than groaning for love? Now art thou sociable. Now art thou Romeo. Now art thou art what thou art by art as well as by nature. And this great dribbling love is like a natural that runs lolling up and down to hide his bubble in a hole.
Stop there. Stop there.
Thou desirest me to stop in my tail against the hair?
Thou wouldst else have made thy tail large.
Oh, thou art deceived. I would have made it short, for I indeed had come to the full depth of my tail, and indeed meant to occupy the argument no longer.
Oh.
Here's goodly gear.
A sail! A sail!
Right. Two, a shirt and a smock. Peter.
Anon. My fan, Peter.
Oh, good Peter, to hide her face, for her fan's the fairer face.
God ye good morrow, gentlemen.
God ye good den, fair gentlewoman.
Is it good den?
Oh, 'tis no less, I tell you, for the bawdy hand of the dial is now upon the prick of noon. Ooh.
Out upon you! What a man are you!
One gentlewoman that God hath made for himself to mar.
By my troth, it is well said, for himself to mar, quotha. Gentlemen, can any of you tell me where I may find the young Romeo?
I can tell you, but young Romeo will be older when you find him than he was when you sought him. I am the youngest of that name, for fault of a worse.
You say well.
Yea, is the worst well, very well took, i'faith. Wisely, wisely.
If you be he, sir, I desire some confidence with you.
She will indict him to some supper.
Aboard! 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 Oh, so ho!
What hast thou found?
Not a hair, sir, unless a hair, sir, in a Lenten pie is something stale and whore ere it be spent. An old hair whore and an old hair whore is very good meat in Lent, but a hair without whore is too much for a score when it whore ere it be spent. Romeo, will you come to your father's? Will to dinner thither?
I will follow you.
Oh, farewell, ancient lady, farewell, lady, lady, lady.
Very farewell. I pray you, sir, what saucy merchant was this that was so full of his ropery?
A gentleman nurse that loves to hear himself talk. Indeed, he will say more in a minute than he'll stand to in a month.
And to speak anything against me, I'll take him down, and a were lustier than he is, and 20 such jacks. And if I cannot, I'll find those that shall. Scurvy knave! I am none of his flirt gills. I am none of his skeins mates. And thou must stand by too, and suffer every knave to use me at his pleasure.
I saw no man use you at his pleasure. If I had, my weapon should quickly have been out, I warrant you. I dare draw as soon as another man, if I see occasion in a good quarrel, and the law on my side.
Now, afore God, I am so vexed that every part about me quivers. Scurvy knave! Pray you, sir, a word. And as I told you, my young lady bade me inquire you out. What she bade me say I will keep to myself. But first, let me tell you, if you shall lead her into a fool's paradise, as they say, it were a very gross kind of behavior, as they say. For the gentlewoman is young, and therefore, if you should deal double with her, truly it were an ill thing to be offered to any gentlewoman, and very weak dealing.
Nurse, commend me to thy lady and mistress. I do protest unto thee.
Good heart and a faith, I will tell her as much. Lord, Lord, she will be a joyous woman.
What wilt thou tell her, nurse? Thou dost not mark me.
I will tell her, sir, that you do protest, which, as I take it, is a gentlemanlike offer.
Bid her devise some means to come to Shrift this afternoon. There she shall, at Friar Lawrence's cell, be shrived and married. Here's for thy pains. Venmo?
No, truly, sir, not a penny. At Nurse Capulet.
Go to, I say you shall.
This afternoon, sir. Well, she shall be there.
And stay, good nurse, behind the abbey wall. Within this hour my man will be with thee, and bring thee cords made like a tackled stair, which to the high top gallant of my joy must be my convoy in this secret night. Farewell, be trusty, and I'll quit thy pains. Farewell. Commend me to thy lady and mistress.
Now God in heaven bless thee. Hark you, sir.
What sayest thou, dear nurse?
Is your man secret? Did you ne'er hear say, two may keep counsel, putting one away?
I warrant my man's as true as steel.
Well, sir, my mistress is the sweetest lady. Lord, Lord, when 'twas a little prating thing. Oh, there is a nobleman in town, one Paris, that would fain lay knife aboard, but she, good soul, had as lief see a toad, a very toad, as see him. I anger her sometimes and tell her that Paris is the properer man. But I'll warrant you when I say so, she looks as pale as any clout in the versal world. Doth not Rosemary and Romeo both begin with a letter?
Aye, nurse, but what of that? Both with an R.
Ah, Mocker, that's the dog's name. R is for... No, I know it begins with some other letter. And she hath the prettiest sententious of it, of you and Rosemary, that it would do you good to hear it.
Commend me to thy lady.
Aye, 1,000 times. Peter!
Anon.
Peter, take my fan and go before and apace.